Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to be filming this video because I haven't posted a makeup tutorial in a while now. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a quick and beginner-friendly strawberry doll makeup. Now, is that an actual trend? No, but I thought the name was quite fitting, so... But let's get right into it. As always, I'm starting off with a primer. I like to use sunscreen as a primer, but you guys know I live in Germany, so there's no sun that I have to protect myself from. I really like Japanese sunscreens. They feel so light on the skin. This one is especially great if you have like dry skin during the winter time, because I definitely do have that. Now that we're primed and moisturized, let's move on to foundation. I really like to use the Alicia foundation. This is in the color 18C. It's usually too light for me, and I like to mix it with some bronzing drops. But for this look, I'm going for a really bright base because I want to mimic like a porcelain doll almost. Oh, I pushed out a lot of product. We can test the coverage on the pimple I have right here. The Alicia cushion has a medium coverage, I would say, but it's definitely buildable. Now, I'm intentionally leaving out the under eye area, and in a second you guys will see why I'm doing that. I always put a bit of foundation on my eyelid. This is my favorite concealer for pimples. I just feel like it's very good if you're breaking out and it doesn't make the breakout worse. I'm just adding a dot on any breakouts I have. And I'm actually gonna let that dry. And in the meanwhile, I'm using this concealer. I think this is like the closest dupe to the Too Faced concealer I've ever seen. It's really high coverage, but I do not recommend this concealer if you have dry under eyes. I'm only applying a tiny bit actually, just because I can work with the product a lot better if the layer is thinner. I'm just taking the same puff for my cushion foundation and I am blending out the concealer. When I'm blending it out, I'm making sure not to go too high up to my eye because I don't want a lot of creasing, and I'll be applying eyeshadow there anyway. But I'm going up to my nose because the concealer is brighter, so it will give me like an instant slim nose effect. I'm doing the same on the other side, of course. And with the leftover product I have of the concealer, I'm kind of going down here around my nose. The leftover product will still brighten up this area without making it look cakey. Now I'm using the back of my sponge and I am blending out the concealer that I let dry. To avoid under eye creasing, I'm going to go into my powder right away. I'm just using a flat brush and always add my powder under my eye, working it down to my nose. So it's just like my concealer technique. I really like this Essence powder. Even though Essence is like a cheaper brand, I think this can really compete with the high-end products. And I'm always adding a bit right here because that's where I tend to get really oily, and on my forehead because I won't be applying any more product here. I'm leaving out the other areas because I kind of want to keep the natural glow, and I will be applying more products there. The most exhausting part is over. Let's move on to contouring. I love this palette. It's by flowerknows. It's really pigmented. That's why I love it so much. I'm not going into the darkest shade because it's really pigmented and it's a bit too dark for me, but I like to use the second darkest shade. This is great for contouring because it's got a cool undertone. So if you want to look bronzy, this is not the product for you. I already have a pretty slim and defined nose. That's why I'm not doing a lot for contouring, but I am going in on the sides. I'm kind of working my way up to my brow bone. I'm blending the excess product down the sides. The bump of my nose is right here, so I'm going to take my brush and define the line over it just to give it more of a button nose effect. For this part, you can just do whatever looks good on your nose. This light powder is what I think makes the magic happen. It's a matte highlighting powder and it's got a lot of coverage. I'm just taking a flat brush and I'm going into the highlighting powder and I'm applying it on my nose just right here in a straight line, and then also between my eyebrows, and I'm kind of dragging the product down. I'm leaving out the middle area of my nose because I'm going to put blush on there. Let's move on to the eyes, and this look is pretty cool toned, so I'm also taking a cool toned eyeshadow palette. Once again, this is by flowerknows. Very pretty. The first thing I always do is I go into the lightest shade and I just apply it all over my eyelid as a base, really dragging it up to my brow and even outwards. Now I'm using a small round brush and I'm going into the second lightest shade and I'm applying it to the outer corner of my eye, following my natural eye shape and dragging it out. We're getting there. We are going to draw an eyeliner using the darkest shade of this palette, and I'm using like a really sharp flat brush for this, and it's actually easier than you think because eyeshadow is actually really forgiving. It's a lot easier than using a liquid liner. For the liner, we kind of want it to follow the natural shape of the eyebrow. So if you look at my eyebrow, you'll see it goes up like this. So we want our eyeliner to go up like this. It's gonna look even and symmetrical. First, I'm patting the product on the outer corner of my eye, and then in like quick pulling motions, I'm gonna blend it outward. Now we're gonna draw a bottom lash liner. For this, I'm gonna mix these two dark shades together, and we want to start on the outer corner right here. Put some product on there and blend it out. I think that by applying some eyeshadow right here, it opens up the eyes really naturally. Now we're slowly gonna pull the product to the front of the eye. Ooh. And now we have the base of the eyeliner done. When you're smiling, you can see that you have like fine lines going from here to here, and we want to accentuate those lines. So I'm going into the second lightest shade once again. I'm brushing up the edges of my brush so we only have product at the front of the brush. For this, you're gonna want to smile and just accentuate the smile line you have right here. We don't want to use a lot of product right away, but rather build up the product. A lot of East Asian girlies use this technique to look more youthful. Great, we have successfully drawn on the under eye shadow, and now I'm gonna go ahead and take my contour palette one more time, going into the lightest shade, and I'm gonna apply it right between those two lines we just created. Once again, you can smile if it helps you, even dragging the color outward to define the liner a bit more. Now we're gonna use even more of the highlighting powder, and I'm just gonna apply it right here. This will make the top of the nose look slimmer, and it will open up the eyes even more. So my eyes are pretty closed, so this will even help to separate them a bit more. Doing the same on the other side. Blend it out on the top right here, and we're gonna blend it out to our under eye area. I have this shimmer shade in my contour palette, and it's actually really sparkly. I'm just gonna use this to add some shine to my face. Now I like to use a lot of glitter in the inner corner of my eye, so I'm gonna be applying some glitter under my eye, directly under my iris. So right here. This is gonna add some nice dimension to the look. Of course, we can't forget the nose. I'm highlighting just the tip of my nose and the nose bridge, like right in between my eyes. Ooh, look at that shine. Can't forget my brow bone. So far, that's it for the eyeshadow. Now let's move on to the eyebrows. This is also gonna be really interesting because I'm gonna brighten up my eyebrows. This is gonna give the face a more youthful, soft look. I'm gonna use this Essence eyebrow gel. I really like to incorporate East Asian makeup techniques into my makeup, and this is one of them. If you look at like makeup pictures of idols, they all have slightly lighter eyebrows than their hair color. Don't worry, I didn't forget about the lashes. We're gonna focus on them soon. But for now, it's time for my favorite part, which is blush. I'm gonna be using this blush cream. Ooh, souffle pots like this have been really popular in Korea lately. And this makeup brand is actually owned by a really famous idol makeup artist. The texture of this is so cool. Once again, an East Asian technique for blush application. Usually in the West, I would now apply it all over my cheek, kind of dragging it up, so it's giving a lifted look, but not for East Asian blush. I'm actually gonna apply it right here. Wow, look at that pigment. Also, I'm applying a bit on my nose, just like I said earlier. I just like to do this to make my nose look a bit shorter since it is kind of long. And I'm also applying some blush on my chin. Now, I think this is more than enough, and I'm scared of blending this out. Yeah, no, do not take as much product as I did. Okay, I managed to diffuse the color a bit. I should have just tested how pigmented this product is beforehand. Rookie mistake, huh? This is what we're working with. Now I'm gonna dip into the pot again, and I'm gonna apply a bit of this on my Cupid's bow, and I'm using this to overline my lips in a natural way. The same on the bottom lip. Now I'm going to come back to this, but this is the base for now. I'm just going to lock everything in using my favorite fixing spray, and the K-pop group 17 actually uses this one, so you know it's good. Now that the base is locked in, we can move on to the lashes. I'm always curling my lashes by starting off at the roots, then I'm giving it a good curl for a few seconds, and then I'm moving up to the tip of the lashes, giving that a good curl as well. Now let's move on to mascara. I'm just using this one. I think this is like the best black mascara I've ever tried. For my lashes, I also like to use an East Asian technique for manhwa lashes. I'm applying the product in like a wiping motion rather than just going up and down. Now you can already kind of tell where the lashes would naturally touch each other. Now we gotta work quick before the product dries. I'm gonna take my tweezers and I'm gonna tweeze my lashes together, and it's gonna end up looking like this. Let's do the other eye. Ooh, I think this eye turned out better than this one. And now we're just repeating the same process for the bottom lashes. This is what the lashes look like. I think it looks really cute. Moving on to the lips, we already have the outline done. Now I'm gonna take the darkest shade of the Romance glosses, and this one I'm just applying inside my lips. And I'm just blending it out using my ring finger. I like to add more product in the center of my lip, and I'm just blending it out. Once it's all dried, I'm gonna use this lip gloss, also by Romance, to top it off. And this one's got really nice blue glitters in it that will make your teeth look whiter. This is the finished makeup look. I hope you like it just as much as I do. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and follow me if you don't want to miss out on any future content. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!